Updates about your second stimulus check, your third stimulus check, your Cash Act confusion, your SSI and SSDI, your executive orders, and also your donuts. I'm so excited for you. Thank you for joining me on Afternoons Allied. In this recording, I'm going to go over a lot of the confusion that's circling not on this channel, but out on the outer edges of stimulus land. And I'm going to bring you back into reality. I suddenly see why people are getting confused, not from me, but from things out there. And I'm going to focus on some of those things out there that are really way out there, wacko out there, and hope you understand how stimulus is very focused and very narrowly tailored. Meantime, a developing detail occurred this morning on stimulus in an announcement coming out of, I think it was the Washington Post. And the article was run elsewhere as really great news. It's not particularly great news. It's actually bad accounting news. Bad accounting news. I'll explain to you why it's not particularly positive. It's actually going left and crooked. It's a little confusing. People took the story and ran with it, and I'm like, wait a second. It's raining outside. It has yet to rain some stimulus checks from the sky, but we still got some more time to the day. So thank you for joining me. This is Afternoons LA, Bean and Mitch, or What the Chuck. I'm so glad you joined me. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, like this video, and also consider joining as a member. Purple Power, Purple Hawk, or Calcino VIP. The link is in the top of the chat and also in the pinned comment. If you're watching this video at 4:15 approximately on the West Coast, 7:15 on the East Coast, you're watching it live. To this day, I still have people sending me messages in the middle of the night saying, why am I not interacting with you live? Because that was live, half a day ago. So the way videos work is that I leave the live chat on the video after it archives. And so you can see what the chat was. And that chat is currently live, but if you see it hours later, it's no longer live. It's that digital me. Let me go over. Yeah, I get that question a lot. I'm getting the question like every hour. I'm like, nope, that's not me anymore. That's digital me. Let me go over some of the things I've been seeing today, which, the reason why I'm going to these things on stimulus land out there, the far edges of fake news stimulus land, is because on a given day I get a certain series of questions, and if I see the question repeatedly, I start to worry, where are these questions coming from? I'm like, where were those? Yes, I am right. I am live right now. This is me. Yes, I'm live. This is actually me. If I see a series of strange, wacko questions on a regular basis occurring a lot, I get worried that I confuse viewers. But then I'm like, wait a second, I didn't say that. So where are these wacko questions coming from? Let me explain what I now see. I now see that there's wacko stories out there that are causing people to get very confused. Wacko news creating wacko confusion. So let me explain what's going on. First, I'm seeing a lot of questions. When is that $1,400 stimulus check going out? The reason why that question is coming more often is not because there's more donut guys. Is apparently because people are telling people that it's happening right now. Apparently, there are some channels that are telling people that the third stimulus package is happening right now. It's not happening right now. And nothing has happened right now to send out a $1,400 stimulus check. So some channels are saying the words right now, or this week, or imminent, or this moment. Wacko wrong. It's nothing right now for a $1,400 stimulus check to go out right now. The way a bill becomes law is it first has to be a bill. First has to be a bill, then it has to be introduced to the House. It's voted in the House. Then it goes to the Senate. It's voted in the Senate. And then it goes to the president's table, and then he signs it. But other channels are apparently telling people things are happening right now. And I'm like, no, we don't even have a bill yet, let alone introduced. So that's just totally untrue, but it's also causing a lot of confusion. So if you're a new viewer to this channel and you are hearing that something is happening right now to give you $1,400, tune off that channel. The next thing I'm seeing is I saw at least one channel telling viewers that you're getting multiple stimulus checks. Well, that would be really, really wonderful news, but it's not true. There is nothing giving you multiple stimulus checks right now under the third stimulus package. Someone was actually telling people that you're getting multiple stimulus checks under the third stimulus package. There is nothing under the third stimulus package that is giving you multiple stimulus checks. That's why we have the campaign for hashtag MSC. That is why we have the hashtag campaign, hashtag MSC. So you get multiple stimulus checks under the third stimulus package. Not because we're celebrating there are. So, I don't know. Someone's taking purple power and doing reverse purple power. It's like, let's use what purple power does and make the reverse of it and celebrate it exists. No, that's why that's why we're doing hashtag MSC. Not to celebrate that there's multiple stimulus checks, but to push that there should be multiple stimulus checks. So I saw someone just, 200,000 views, 300,000 views, multiple stimulus checks. I'm like, there's no multiple stimulus checks, folks. There is no multiple stimulus checks right now. Okay, so then here came the third one. The third one, now this is actually not even from YouTube. This is actually from broadcast media. This shows you how bad broadcast media is. Broadcast media, and I don't want to say the name because I zip my mouth closed. Broadcast media, one of the major U.S. news publications, let's just say it that way. One of the major U.S. news publications said, "Oh, congratulations! Joe Biden wants to give you $300 a month if you have a child." What? Joe Biden wants to give you $300 a month if you have a child under stimulus package number 3. It's going to be a third stimulus package. I'm like, what? Wait a second. What are you talking about? So then I read the article, and the article says, well, Joe Biden's proposing a child tax credit where you'll get $3,600 a child, which comes out to $300 a month. So what he wants to do is have IRS send you out $300 a month if you have a child. And I'm like, wait a second. That's backwards. Let's do some math, shall we? Are we all a bunch of fools and we don't understand math? That, a paper can take a major, this is not a small paper. This is like one of the number 4 papers in the United States, is taking Joe Biden's earned child tax credit and suddenly making it sound like it's, let me explain what's going on here. This is just truly crazy. This is cray. And needless to say, what happened was people saw that article and other channels made videos about it saying, oh, breaking news today, you're getting $300 a month if you have a child. This is a new stimulus check for you. No. Let me explain what's going on here. Let's pull out our PDF. Let's go to our PDF. Number 19. Let's go to number 19. On page 1 of our PDF. Earned, what does it say? Child tax credit. Now, child tax credit is not new. It's actually law currently. Child tax credit, it's actually currently law. Under the law, you can currently get a child tax credit on your tax return. Joe Biden's just changing the amount of the child tax credit. He's raising the amount, and he's increasing the eligibility to include more children. Now, this is not new. I've been saying this for the last week or two. I've been saying, hey, there's currently a child tax credit on the books under the tax code. Joe Biden's doing is just taking the code and making the number bigger. And he's also saying instead of 16-year-olds, I'll go to 17-year-olds. Okay, pretty good, pretty easy. So $3,600. So the tax code that he wants to have is $3,600 for child tax credit. What is a child tax credit? Let me see if the viewers know, because I guarantee you 99.99% of the viewers know this answer. And you can see how crazy wacko the news is out today. If you get a $3,600 tax credit and you put it on the new tax return you're going to do in a few weeks from now, and you put the $3,600 tax credit and you have all of the zeros, when would you get the $3,600 as a tax refund? This year Or, 30 years from now. Which are the options? This year or 36 years, 30,000 years from now? Let's see if the viewers know the answer. What year would you get the $3,600 back? This year, of course, this year. And of course, there's Snow Tiger. 3,600 says Snow Tiger. Absolutely. Jay Burr says this year. Yes, you get $3,600. So if you file this year, of course, Angel and Monique and Candy and Sandy and Gary and LL Smith this year, of course. So you file the tax return this year and you get a $3,600 tax refund. Now, let's do the comparison. Which would you prefer? A $3,600 tax refund landing in your mailbox in March, $3,600 in March, or having to wait an entire year to get $300 every month? Which would you prefer, getting the $3,600 in March or getting your $3,600 paid over 1 year at $300 every month? Answer this month, all front or over time. I have a feeling you're going to say you want all the money up front, $3,600 in March. You don't want to wait an entire year to get $3,600 now, of course. So what is this? Oh, I must have said the newspaper. What did the newspaper say? Joe Biden's proposing this wonderful thing where you'll get $300 over 12 months for your child. That's not wonderful. Joe Biden wants to give you $3,600 to come to you in March as a tax refund if you trigger a tax refund. This is not good news. This is now we're taking the $3,600 and paying it over a year. This is this is called wacko news. So the news article today said, what did I miss? Please, let me, at the 11th minute mark, let me explain what's going on. This is an outrage. It's crazy. If you're just joining me, let me explain what's going on. There's some crazy wacko news out there. And the crazy wacko news started earlier today with Joe Biden's tax credit, which proposes to give you $3,600 right after you file your tax return in February. So you'll get it in March. The news article out today says, oh, Joe Biden wants to there's now a talk about giving the $300 over 12 months. I'm like, no, that's worse. You have to wait 12 months to get $3,600 as opposed to a tax refund in March. So suddenly a news article thought it'd be cute to take something that was really good and stretch it over 12 months and make it sound like it's a different news article. It's the same news article. It's just now worse. It's over 12 months, not in March. Needless to say, Joe's not doing it over 12 months. Needless to say, everything is wrong about that news article. Joe is not, there's no such thing where IRS pays people checks over 12 months. Have you ever heard of IRS paying people things over 12 months? They do a tax refund when you get a tax refund. They don't pay you money over 12 months. This is just cray-cray. It's still waiting. It's total cray-cray. So suddenly other channels saw that and it's like a new newspaper article in the so-and-so newspaper says the IRS is proposing to give you $300 over 12 months. A, they're not. B, no, that's actually worse as opposed to getting the $3,600 in March. And C, it's not a stimulus check, it's a tax refund. Oh my God. Has anyone heard about the other child tax credit called the young child tax credit? Well, I'm sure there's another child tax credit. There's a lot of, and that's a great question. There's a lot of tax credits out there. There's a lot of tax credits. And the fact that Joe Biden's not revising one does not negate it. I mean, there's gazillions of tax credits out there. Just Joe Biden wants to change 3 of them. But Joe Biden's not changing the tax credit so it's paid over 12 months. That's just, Joe never said that. And why would you have a tax credit that pays you over 12 months? That doesn't make any sense. You get the tax credit when you file the tax return, you get a tax refund. That's how it's been that way for 1,000 years. And why is that better that you get paid over 12 months, the same amount you're owed in March? I don't know what this is all about. This is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And so now other channels are running these articles that say, there's so many stimulus checks under this third stimulus package. There's multiple stimulus checks, and now the IRS is sending you a 200. Thank you, Alex, for coming to Purple Hawk. Thank you, everyone. Welcome Alex for coming to the channel that has reality at hand. Thank you, everyone. Welcome Alex to the reality channel. And for running away from the confusing channel. So other channels are now saying there's multiple stimulus checks, and there's, hey Roxy, welcome everyone, welcome Roxy to the channel. You know, there is no multiple stimulus checks, folks, under the third stimulus package. A tax credit is not a stimulus check. I mean, let me ask these questions. Yes or no? Is a child tax credit a stimulus check? Yes or no? Is a child tax credit a stimulus check? Yes or no? Hey, Tony. Everyone, welcome Tony to the family, and welcome Roxy as well. Thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. How are you? No, it's not. A tax credit is not a stimulus check. No, 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 no. Tax credit is not a stimulus check. Don't call a tax credit a stimulus check. Let's do this one. Is an unemployment check a stimulus check? Yes or no? I mean, this goes back to stimulus video 1.0. Is this no? An unemployment check is not a stimulus check. These people calling unemployment checks stimulus checks. It's not a stimulus check. What else? Is rent a stimulus check? No, rent is not a stimulus check. Is paid sick leave a stimulus check? No. Is a student aid a stimulus check? No. And then someone will say, well, it's a check, so hence it's a stimulus check. Oh my God. No, it's not a stimulus check. Don't call it a stimulus check. Stimulus check is a stimulus check. Here's a stimulus check. Economic impact check. Hey, Laura. Everyone, welcome Laura to the family. And there's Patrice. And welcome Laura and Patrice. Hello, Laura and Patrice. Thank you for coming to the family. This is a stimulus check. Do we have to say economic impact payment to understand what a stimulus check is? You know what? If it doesn't say economic impact payment, which is very hard to say, I can't even say economic impact payment, say that 5 times fast. That's not a stimulus check. So an earned income tax credit, a child tax credit, and needless to say, some other channels heard my coverage. Some other channels heard my coverage of the earned income, the tax credits of the third stimulus package. They don't have the 30-page memo that I do. And so now they're trying to sort of backdoor it and say, hey, yeah, you're getting a stimulus for earned income. And it's causing another realm of confusion. The other realm of confusion the volunteers are showing me. The volunteers are saying, hey, dude, I'm getting private messages from viewers saying the earned income tax credit. I'm a senior and I'm retired. Can I get that earned income tax credit? I'm retired and I just relax. I'm retired. Can I get that earned income tax credit? It's called an income tax credit. It means you work, and that's the earned income tax credit. So I think that's coming again from the outer universes. Earned income tax credit means it's a credit against the income that you work. So that's why it's called earned. It's sort of like child tax credit. Can I get that child tax credit? I don't have children, but can I get it? No, I think you've been watching another channel. Hey, Kean. Everyone, welcome Kean to the family. I'm so excited. Kenyan. Welcome Kenyan to the family. Can I get that child tax credit? I don't have children, but can I get it? No, I think you've been watching another channel. Can I get that earned income tax credit? I don't work, but can I get it? No, I think you've been watching another channel. I now know what's going on. It's not, I thought I was going crazy. I thought I wasn't explaining things. I thought I wasn't clear. I'm like, I just thought it was just a lot of donut guys. No, it was people that are very sophisticated, very smart viewers who had been somewhere else before they came here, and they heard this thing, and they're like, LA, can you explain this? I'm like, no, now I know what's going on. So now I understand. Please tune off those other channels. They're just confusing you. And that's why you have PDFs. If you don't understand me, then I'm here to help you. The volunteers are here to help you. And if I'm still confusing, then tell me, dude, you are so darn confusing. Tell me I'm darn confusing, and I will try to explain it even more. But now I understand. When can we file to get the child tax credit? Great question, Monique. So the child tax credit is currently law. The which and you're referring to number 19 on the PDF, child tax credit, which means you just have a child. The child tax credit is currently law. So you can go to the IRS's website, learn about it, and see if you're eligible based upon your child's age. Joe Biden wants to change it to increase the amount and to change the ages of the children. Basically, every thing Joe wants to do is include more people into it and make it bigger. Hey, Joshua, welcome to the family. Everyone welcome Joshua to the family. So you could have been, as one viewer sent me a message a few days ago, darn, LLA, you mean I could have been getting this all these years? I didn't know about this? I'm really, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And my answer was yes. So the child tax credit has been on the books for a while. You could have been getting it all along. Has he signed the bill yet? There is no bill yet. So everyone welcome Joshua to the room. So the third stimulus package has no bill publicly introduced yet. It is privately, the bill exists and may still be modified, and that's why the push of this channel is now underway with 3 campaigns. Purple Power is back, baby. Wow, we're at the 21-minute mark already with 1,100 people in the room. Purple Power is back already with hashtag FPUC Retro, hashtag MSC, and hashtag SS200. What are the campaigns? First campaign is FPUC Retro. Under the third stimulus package, Joe Biden is currently, according to Janet Yellen, doing $400 a week going forward from January to September. That's not what was promised during the campaign. That was not what was promised in the transition papers. He actually put it in writing. He promised FPUC Retro from July forward at $600 a week. Why are we doing $400 a week from January forward? Hashtag MSC. Multiple stimulus checks. We were always promised multiple stimulus checks. We were promised multiple stimulus checks in the first stimulus package by both Democrats and both Joe Biden. So far, what we're facing is 2 stimulus checks for this entire pandemic. Hey, Tukey, Purple Power is live. Well, I appreciate that, Tukey. I really appreciate it. Thank you always for a lot of your love. You were promised multiple stimulus checks by countless groups in the Democratic caucus, whether it was Pelosi, whether it was the problem solvers, whether it was Biden, hashtag MSC. Finally, hashtag SS200. If you watched Home today, I brought out that new campaign, hashtag SS200, which refers to SSI and SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits. Cancer girl. I couldn't figure out what that spelled. Cancer girl. Well, hello, and I'm sure there's other cancers in the room. Everyone, welcome Cancer girl to the family. Welcome, Cancer girl. SS200 is to push to put the $200 add-on to your benefits check in the stimulus package, because there's now concern that it may sit around and not get done fast enough, 1, or 2, it may be sitting around and put into a reform bill for Social Security reform, which could take weeks to get to, and it should be done sooner. LA, if my son changed 18 on July 16th, can I change for this? That's a great question, Laura. Every bill and every tax code has a eligibility window. So it basically says this law is effective as of what occurs on this day. I don't know what the answer is, but for purposes of the child tax credit, JR Rock with the dancing bear. Hey, JR, thank you for the dancing bear. If you want to, you can look up the child tax credit currently on the IRS's website, and they will give you what is, yes, I'll cover sick leave right now, Sean. That's a great question. You can look up the child tax credit on the IRS's website, and they'll show you what is the date as of. For example, if I think under the current tax code is up to 16, so if your child was 16 and now turned 17, what day is effective of? You can look that up. Go on Google and Google irs.gov plus child tax credit. Gum, please run for president 2024. Yeah, so Joe Biden is a thank you, Gum. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, Joe Biden apparently is now making it very clear he's a one-term president. So if I ran, I'd have to run against VP Harris. So that would be interesting. I have to run in the primary. So wow. Let's turn to that paid sick leave. A viewer asked about the paid sick leave. I haven't explained that in a few days, so let me explain it. There's four types of paid sick leave. First type, under the third stimulus package proposal. The first type for paid sick leave is you have COVID. The second one is your family member has COVID and you have to stay at home to take care of the family member. The third one for paid sick leave is you have to stay at home to quarantine even though you're not sick. And the fourth one is your child's school is closed because of COVID. The child has to stay home. He or she is healthy. You're healthy, but you have to stay at home to take care of the child because the school is closed. Now, one of the things I don't think I've made clear is that I appreciate all the really nice comments about me running for president. Wow, that's really quite kind. I really, really appreciate it. All the real, one of the things I haven't made clear is I think the paid sick leave is based upon employment. So the presumption I think that Joe Biden's working off of is that you're employed. Hey, Energizer Mommy, I love that. Everyone welcome Energizer. Welcome, and everyone welcome Energizer to the family for becoming a Purple Hawk. So I think paid sick leave is based, oh, there's the pair where he drinks something. I love that. MT Tinker 918. Thank you for the pair who drinks something. I don't, is he drinking Pinot Grigio? It looked like a Merlot. Is he drinking a Merlot or is it cranberry juice? I don't know. Drop in the comments what you think what the pair was drinking. It looked like either Merlot or Chardonnay, or I don't think it's cranberry juice. I think the pair likes his beverage. Finally, the last part of the paid sick leave is based upon your 2019 earnings. So you have to have earnings. If you made 73,000 or more, you get $1,400 a week. If you made less, you get less. But it's really, really good. So I think the concept, most people are saying Merlot, or I don't know. I think it's based upon the concept of that you are working. So the paid sick leave, you would have had to have been working and had to stay home and couldn't go to work. I don't think it's a concept for people who are unemployed at the time of the paid sick leave. My son got his check today. Oh, congratulations. Sangria. Yes, and if you missed afternoon's check, you missed home LA. Here is the envelope again for the debit card. This is the first channel. I haven't seen any channel. I haven't seen any news article. I haven't seen any images that shows you the envelope the debit card comes in. This is the debit card for your second stimulus check of $600. If it looks bland, plain Jane, it is plain Jane. That is it. Should my aunt on SSDI file taxes to receive tax credits? Says Matina. Well, it depends on what your aunt has going on in life. If your aunt has a child, if your aunt has, let's see, what else could your aunt qualify for? So far we only have 3 tax credits for the person who asked that question in the super chat. So currently we only have 3 tax credits. We have 2 for children and 1 where you're working an essential worker job. So if you aren't in those 3 items, then you would not be eligible. Now, understand if you're on SSI or SSDI, you're on. She can get other things. She can get rent, utilities, free internet, and free child care if she takes care of a child, in addition to her stimulus check. For retired people, are they eligible for the $1,500 tax credit? No. So that's a great question, Cancer Girl. So let me say that again slower. Let me say it again slower. There are three tax credits on the PDF, which I posted right before this video. It's the same PDF from Monday for viewers who have been members throughout this week. It's the January 18th PDF. There are three tax credits. Two are for children, so you have to have a child. Just, I have to make it obvious, but I just have to make it. Two tax credits if you have a child. Tax credits for children, and so you have to have a child. And then the last one is a tax credit for people who work, so you have to work. Tax credit if you work, so you have to work. Those are the three tax credits. There is no other tax credits that we so far know from Joe Biden under the third stimulus package. Now, maybe he has more. I'm really excited that viewers have really gotten interested in knowing all these different things. I have a 10-year-old and I've worked. Wow. So, Cancer Girl, you qualify potentially for two things. So, as a 10-year-old child, that goes under number 19, 17 years or younger, but older than 6. So, that's $3,000 because you have a child, Cancer Girl. And then you go to earned income tax credit, Cancer Girl. And if you made less than $21,000 and you're an essential worker, which we still don't know how Joe is going to find this. Of course, this is still not law yet. This is a proposal for a bill. That would be $1,500. So there you go. Ultimately, when making any determinations about tax filings, always consult a tax preparer. This is not a tax channel, and I'm not a tax authority. That's my disclaimer. Cannot claim SS. Can you claim sirloin? There is no sirloin tax credit yet. Someone on Twitter said, Ella, you have really good connections with Joe Biden. Can you push him to do things? I was very complimented by that tweet. That's actually not true. I do not have connections with Joe Biden. But maybe sirloin has connections with Joe Biden. Maybe Sirloin has connections with I will ask Sirloin if he has good connections with Joe Biden. You know, he always gets those farmers that stimulus and those cows the stimulus before us. What about FPUC? We have 3 campaigns. Said someone in the Instagram room. We have 3 campaigns. Hashtag FPUC retro, hashtag MSC, and hashtag SS200. I like the SS200. It's very catchy, very clear, and very, very, very to the point. With 1,300 people in the room, and we're at a 30-minute mark, and I haven't given one update. Wow, this video flew. I'm a grocery. Wow, that was a great question. I'm on SSDI, and I work part-time at a grocery store. What do I qualify for? Billy Smith. That sounds like you, for what you just described, may qualify for number 20 earned income tax credit. If you made less than $21,000, Billy Smith, in the grocery store, that may qualify for $1,500 under an earned income tax credit as proposed by Joe Biden. Will the tax credit be on the 2020 refund this year or the 2021 next year? Energizer Mommy. I asked, that's a great question. I don't know. I asked viewers that question a few days ago, and 100% of the viewers said it's this tax year, meaning the 2020 tax return, which triggers the question, well, I already filed my tax return. Well, can I do an amended return? Well, yeah, you could do an amended return, but we'll see what happens. What can truck drivers qualify for now if you got UI? Truck drivers, if you're a sole practitioner, you can get under second stimulus, PPP, which is currently law. You can get, I assume you're asking for stuff for business as opposed to rent. I mean, there's other stuff like rent and utilities you can get, but for businesses, you could get PPP right now because that's currently law. You can also get an EIDL loan, not an EIDL grant. Is March the end of PUA? It is current. That's a great question. The screen went dark. What happened to the screen? March is the end of PUA under, there's King Reno. March is the end of PUA under second stimulus law, but Joe Biden's proposal is to extend PUA to the end of September. What's going to, the screen disappear? I don't know what, the screen's like there and then it goes away. Where's the, I can't see any questions. Now there's no questions. What's going to happen to just stimulus checks? I couldn't see that. Hey, Eric Ramirez. Everyone welcome Eric Ramirez to the room. Um, I missed the question. I'm so sorry. I missed the question. Just to be clear, I'm on SSDI and furloughed now. Do I qualify for number 20? Uh, it concerns your activity in the tax year that you're filing for. So that's a really great question. Um, the it's concerning what happened in the tax year you're filing for. So if something happens to you after the tax year, let's say, hey Tukey again, wow, Tukey with the super chat, another dancing pair. That's a great question. So basically, it's asking what happened in 2020 on the 2020 tax return. If you got furloughed this week in 2021, who cares? It doesn't impact it. LA, my folks on SSI, can they file for an income? What else do they qualify for? So Tukey, let me go over what your folks. Well, let me go over what SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, and veterans qualify for, from first stimulus all the way up to what is law, and then I'll go over what is proposed, because I get this question a lot. This is for everyone that's tuning in who's on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, veterans benefits. Under first stimulus package, they would have already gotten their stimulus check by now. If they've not gotten their stimulus check by now, Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, is stepping in to ensure you get the stimulus check. On the second stimulus package, they are eligible for a second stimulus check. They should have gotten it by now. If they're not, Janet Yellen's going to step in and ensure you get it. Now, as you saw, I saw a stimulus check show up today. Other people saw it show up yesterday, so give it some time. Next, under second stimulus, your folks on SSI qualify for rent, utilities, free internet, free childcare, SNAP, which is free food up to $1,400 a month under Sean for the dancing bear. Thank you, Sean, for the dancing bear. SNAP, which is free food. You reach out to Department of Agriculture for it, which can run up to $1,400. Oh, there's another one from Sean with another dancing bear. My goodness, Sean with the dancing bears. You can get up to SNAP from Department of Agriculture. And currently under second stimulus, it's increased for 15% from January to June. Rent, utilities, free internet, and child care. Then under third stimulus, the proposal is they'll get an additional 15% increase for 6 more months, more rent, more utilities, more internet, more child care, and again, another stimulus check. If they're adult dependents, $3,200 an individual for adult dependents. And of course, the $200 a month, which, you know, it looked like it was going to be a standalone bill. I'm trying to push for us to get it into the stimulus package. That brings you up to date. Welcome, Lewis. Did Lewis just join? Oh, I miss Lewis. Welcome, Lewis, to the family. Welcome. Thank you for coming to Purple Power member. Sorry, I was reading from the PDF. The PDFs are posted on this channel at least three times a day. In the morning, in the midday, and in the afternoon. LA, where do you apply for an EIDL loan as a truck driver if you own if you're a company driver? How do you do it, and where do you apply for PPP? Country girl. So EIDL and PPP is only if it's your operation. So if you have a Schedule C on your tax return, which most truck drivers are, they're generally not employed by a company unless it's like Amazon or something. But if you have a Schedule C, you can go get a PPP by reaching out to Fundera, Cabbage. You get an EIDL by going to sba.gov. But if you are under contract with someone else as an employee, you can't get it. And there we are at the 38-minute mark. Wow, what a night it is. There's Denise Garcia. Welcome to Becoming a Purple Hawk. Big night of Mitch, 1,400 people in the room, and I'm even going late all this. And there's Marlene. Everyone welcome Denise and Marlene. Wow, we're on fire tonight in this recording. Denise and Marlene, thank you for joining me. Let me give you a big update at the 39-minute mark, because I've not given you one update since I started. The big update tonight is that there's a lot of fake news out there. I was shocked how much fake news out there. The fake news I'm seeing out there from other channels and even from print media is that there's multiple stimulus checks in the third stimulus package. There is not. That that you, there's a talk of giving people who have children $300 a month as a stimulus check under the third stimulus package. There is not, and that's actually worse news. That's not good news. That's bad news. Joe Biden has proposed a $3,600 child tax credit. For some people, it's only $3,000, where you file your tax returns, and if you trigger a tax refund, you get it in March. So why would an article talk about paying that over 12 months as good? It's not good. You rather get the $3,600 as soon as you file the tax return. But Joe Biden's not doing that. And so people have taken that story to say, hey, you're getting another stimulus check on the third stimulus package. Also untrue. And they're suing with a dancing pair. And finally, there's some channels that are telling people that $1,400 stimulus checks are going out this week, went out last week under the third stimulus package. That's also untrue. Right now, this week, right away, happening now, it's not happening. It is not even a bill introduced to the public. So it's really causing confusion, and viewers who are coming here finding reality or asking me the questions. I thought it was me. It's not. And so to recap, one, there is no stimulus bill under the third stimulus package that has been publicly introduced. Two, the child tax, I don't know, this $300 a month thing, just forget about it. It's fake news. It's totally untrue. And four, there's not currently multiple stimulus checks on the third stimulus package. That is why we have three campaigns. Hashtag MSC, because there is no multiple stimulus checks. Hashtag FPUC retro, and hashtag SS200. Join me next on Evenings LA at 6 p.m. I will be back live. And that 6 p.m. will go over second stimulus and executive orders. And then third stimulus will be coming back on Purple, which is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excuse me, Pacific Standard Time. First, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with second stimulus, and third stimulus package at an hour later, shortly thereafter. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Like this video and become a member by clicking the member link at the top of the video or in the description. Stay informed, stay focused, and I'll see you a little bit later at 6 o'clock.